All right, bet. I'm hoping I'm good. I'm hoping I look good. Anyways, today I got y'all with like a rags to riches, 0 to 600K below 700K now. Kind of where I started. We're going to talk about where I started from, how I was able to scale my clothing brand from 0 to 700K in just 1 year, my whole entrepreneurship journey, who I am as a person, and yeah. So, anyways, I have a lot of people who have always told me like, yo, your people must be rich or your people must be this and that. Bro, my parents are normal middle class civilians. They did provide for me a lot. I really do appreciate and love my family. They support me with everything I do, but it wasn't always that way. Let's get into who I am as a person and why I started my clothing brand in the first place. This will help you guys acknowledge or kind of understand the reason why I got to where I am right now. So, if y'all know, I'm 17. I'm a six-figure clothing brand. I got two more starting up right now, actually. I did like a dual enrollment program, so I ended up getting my associate's degree this summer. So, you know what I'm saying, associate's degree at 17. That's hella boring. I'm Nigerian. I live in Texas, and that's pretty much it for real. I'm a normal average dude. I just work smarter than most people my age. That's literally all there is to it. And the reason why I started my clothing brand, I'm gonna give you guys a little backstory. So back when I used to live in Tennessee when I was like 5 years old, I used to love writing. I used to love poetry, storytelling, all that. So my mom, shout out to my Dukes, my mom would pay me 50 cents for each story I wrote. Like, I would go write a little short story on my free time. I'll go and read it to my mom, and she'll be like, wow, I love the book you made. Here's 50 cents. And even though 50 cents wasn't a lot, she kind of like integrated it into my head early on that I can make money early on from doing something I love. I feel like that kind of played a part later on in the years of my life. When I moved to Texas, I moved to Texas like really early, but I didn't start any other business structure until I was like 14. When I was 14, you know, African parents, they hate spending money, like so much money on shoes, clothes, anything flashy. And me, I love shoes and my shoe game was terrible. So what better way to get shoes you like and then to start shoe reselling? So right after my 14th birthday passed, I think I had like 150 I got for my birthday. I took that 150, I went to go buy a pair of Jordan 11s, I believe. And then I bought those off OfferUp. And then I posted the shoes, I cleaned them up, posted the shoes on Facebook Marketplace, and made like $40 profit off the shoes. And I just rinsed and repeated for like 3 months straight. And then after doing that, I kind of like started to kind of like grasp and understand the whole point of a business. It's like buy something for cheap, sell for more. So after shoe reselling for like 3 months, I did end up splurging all my money. All the money I saved up, all the money I got, I ended up splurging it. You know what they say, when you don't have too much money or you don't have too many things when you're younger, the second you tend to get money, you just tend to like just ball out and buy all the things you couldn't buy before. So that's kind of what I did. And then fast forward like a year later, when I was 15, I seen this one dude on TikTok. His name was Amon. He was reselling. He would buy like electronics and stuff like that. He'll buy them for cheap from a supplier and then sell it on Marketplace and offer up an eBay for more money. So I was like, all right, bet. Let me try that. So I had like 40 bucks. I took those $40, used it to buy one pair of AirPods, and then sold those AirPods for like 120. And I was like, damn. So I went to my pops. I showed my dad what I did and how much profit I made off it. Luckily, my pops really my dog, bro. My pops gave me like 300. He was like, take this 300, go flip it, give me back like 20% of the profits plus my initial investment. I did that. I made stupid cheese, paid my dad back with interest, of course, and I took that money and I just ran with it. This reselling and wholesale was like my first ever business structure. I did this for like a year and a half. And after like 6 months, I made like my first 10K, like 10K in a month off reselling. I was 15, by the way. I was 15 freshman in high school, touching 10K a month. As time went on, like a year and a half down the line, after like 18 months of reselling, I didn't really like what I was doing. because if y'all know about reselling, then like y'all know like y'all you know what I'm saying, like y'all know it's not really like the best thing morally. And at the time, I did struggle with speaking up about my faith. Like whenever I was always going to church every Wednesday and Sunday. On Wednesday we have these small groups, and during these small groups, sometimes I would hesitate or I would struggle to speak up about certain like experiences I went through with my faith and the wonders and the things that God does in my life. So, and I was always interested in starting a clothing brand. So I was like, hey, what better way to spread the word of God than by wearing pieces? Because you know, with pieces, when you walk around in clothes, people are gonna see what you're wearing. So you can have a message right here, and then anybody you walk by, anybody you pass that looks at you even the slightest, they see the message. So I'm like, oh, I bet what better way to do that incorporate my faith into clothes I like to wear. So boom, that's how I started Crown Saints. And it was kind of like it was a scary transition, because with the reselling, I did the same thing I did with shoe reselling. I just splurged all my money. So going into my clothing brand, I had like almost little to nothing. And I entirely left the business I was doing extremely well, the business I was printing money. I entirely left that, and I went on and started my clothing brand. And that's how Crown Saints came about. So obviously the whole purpose behind my clothing brand is to spread the word of God through fashion. So all my pieces have some type of big, bold text promoting my faith, promoting some type of message, just promoting something. So let me show y'all an example. So right here is one of the tees I designed early on. As y'all can see in big bold print on the front, it says God heals pain, and then on the back it says Yahweh or Norway with the big silhouette of Jesus Christ. And then here on the patch is like a little verse, Psalm 147 verse 3. So another piece, for example, Jesus died for me, so I live for him. So hey, do your homework on that. But all of my pieces spread the word in some way, shape, or form. So that was kind of like my idea behind every single piece I made. So I remember I had traveled to Tennessee. I was in Tennessee. I was in my aunt's basement, and for like 6 hours a day, like the whole week I was there, I was just designing, doing my research on clothing brands, just making concepts, trying to exaggerate the meaning behind my brand, and kind of like get its purpose fully out there through my pieces. And then that's when I finally cooked up my first ever design. Let me show y'all. I had cooked up this Jesus Saves hoodie. I had cooked this up. It's calm. It's a nice piece, distress embroidery, so it's still unique. Rosary on the sleeves, the thorn crown of Jesus Christ on the back, and then cross. That was the first ever design I cooked up. It's simplistic, but it still holds a very strong, powerful message. So I cooked that up, and then my homeboy had a clothing brand at the time. So my homeboy, he had put me on with his manufacturer. So I just sent the mock-up tech pack to my manufacturer. I let my manufacturer cook it up for me, and then the samples came in. I ordered a lot of samples. I had like 4 colorways. So I ordered like six zip-ups, I think. I made 2 black, 2 pink, and then 1 red, 1 blue, and etc. So, and then basically I just did what any other clothing brand owner did. I just spam content. Like I made 3 TikTok accounts. I was posting 3 times a day on each TikTok account. My Instagram account, I was rolling out Instagram Reels every single day. Really just trying to get my brand out there, let people see my pieces and what my brand is about. So my first ever drop, like September, I had made like 5K my first ever drop. I didn't think my clothing brand would be something I would do like fully long term. I thought it was gonna be like another quick side hustle, kind of like my shoe reselling business at the time. But it wasn't. When I seen that I had made 5K after my first drop, I was like, yo, I can really take this clothing brand and go to the moon with it. So I already had my hoodies going, so I decided to make sweatpants that match with the hoodie. I got them on right now, actually. These are Saves sweatpants. This is what really took off my clothing brand. I remember I had designed the sweatpants I posted on my Instagram story. I'm like, yo, do y'all like, I posted the mock-up. I was like, yo, y'all like this? Everybody was like, yeah, this is hard, this is hard, this is fire. So boom, sent the microphone to my manufacturer. My manufacturer cooked it up. He sent me a picture of it. He didn't even send the samples. He just sent me a picture. And when I seen the picture, I'm like, oh yeah, go ahead and just make this a bulk. Don't ever do that, by the way. Always get your samples in first so you can try the sizing and all that. Make sure everything's cool. But at the time, you know, I was kind of like hungry. I'm like, yo, like, I'm trying to grow this as fast as I can. So I just straight ordered a bulk order. And then when the bulk came in, did the same thing. Videos. But this time I had a bulk order, I could hit up influencers and I could send them out to TikTokers and all that. So that's exactly what I did. I remember I had sent out pieces to like 5 TikTokers, and and I kid you not, every single one of them blew. Like all the influencers, like they don't even like blow up like that, but they all just blew. One dude, he had like 1 million likes on his video, and Elite Chopper reposted it. This other girl, she was taking a dance to this one song like PND reposted that video. If you open up the comments, everybody's asking, yo, where the pants from? Where the pants from? Where the pants from? Where the pants from? It was popping. Drop day came. This was like November 16th, I think. So October 16th to the end of October 31st, I'm just let y'all see it. I made 14,000 in 2 weeks with a clothing brand. Like that was literally 1K every day. And I remember I was just seeing the numbers come in. I was looking at the influencers. I was just seeing the view count go up and go up and go up. I was getting hella followers on my TikTok page and my Instagram. Everybody liked the pieces. I remember I was packaging orders inside my first ever bulk order with the hoodies. I had packed that one inside my room. I remember the sweatpants, when the sweatpants dropped in the bulk order came in, my room was way too small to pack all that. So I took over my parents' living room. For like 2 days, my parents' living room was a mess because of how many clothes were lying around. I was getting so many orders in. And I even had my homeboys and my homegirls come help me out pack the orders. Fast forward Black Friday and Christmas. This is when my brand kind of took off. So with all the traction I already had to come and get with my clothing brand during September and October, Black Friday went stupid crazy. And I remember I literally went from making 5K in a month to 15K in a month to 30K in a month. It was crazy. My 3rd month, I was already doing 30K in sales, like, and I was just doing the same process, just spreading, just making content, getting my purpose out there, hitting up influencers, just rinse and repeat. Black Friday did well, made 30K that month. Next month I did 55K. It was going dumb. Like I was going crazy. And then December is when I started running ads too. So, you know, ads, I was kind of skeptical because I was thinking about, I was listening to brand owners talk about this being fully organic, and then other clothing brand owners doing ads. But like, why not do both? So I got with an ad agency. They started running my ads for me. December, we were printing money. That's how I hit 55K, plus our Christmas and New Year's sale. And then I remember after that, I kind of got complacent. I seen the ads were doing good. I was already getting hella traction from the organic marketing. And then I kind of just stopped. I stopped going out. I stopped making videos. I stopped making content. I stopped hitting up influencers. And I was just letting the ads run. Little did I know ads fatigue. So over time, ads stopped doing well too. So that 55K month slowly turned into 40. It slowly turned into 30. Then eventually, and this was going on for like a whole 4 months where I was just getting super complacent. And then I think April or May, I did like only 20K in sales that month. So I'm like, yo, bro, I'm getting complacent. I'm not taking my brand as seriously as I should be. I'm seeing the numbers roll in. I'm not as passionate as I should be about running my clothing brand and getting that message out there. So I remember I traveled to Houston to see my homeboy during the summer. And then when I traveled, I left my ad agency. I finally stopped running ads. And for like a cool 2 weeks, I remember, yo, content. I spam content I didn't run ads. That way, like my Shopify, like all the sales that were coming in were just blank. So each time I didn't hear that ding 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 on my phone, it'll be more motivation to go and push out my clothing brand. So I had to take a small step back so I can make even a bigger comeback. So I spam content, spam hella reels, all that. And at the time, also, I was having a lot of complaints about people not receiving their orders. Always make sure you're keeping track of your inventory. I learned that the hard way. I had people waiting like a month, 2, 3 months to get their order in. My brand reviews were crazy. People saying my comments, where my clothes at, where my clothes at, where my clothes at. And I think that's like the fastest way an Instagram clothing brand can die out is by not fulfilling their orders like it should be. I ended up moving to a storage unit with just spamming content, and then later on I re-picked up running ads with all the new content I got. I started hitting up influencers again. The influencers were doing good, and then that's when I quickly went from that 30-40K a month to around 70. This is when my brand started popping. This is like earlier on this year, or like right after the summer, so like August, I was hitting like 70K a month, and then it was slowly rising, hit 75K a month, 80K a month, and right now we're at 99K a month, which is crazy. I'm right there to hitting 6 figures a month. But before we do all that, let's skip the clothing brands and let's talk about my personal life. Basically, it was a little hard running a clothing brand at the time because I had my brand going on. I had school. Mind you, I'm not only a high schooler, I'm a college student. I'm getting my associate's degree 2 years early. So I was struggling with running my clothing brand, putting my time and effort into that while keeping school, like keeping my grades good and stuff like that. This was like sophomore year. No, this is junior year. Junior year, I was evaluating the two, trying to get my priorities right. I still want my clothing brand to do good, and I'm still not trying to like do bad in school, of course. But I decided to take more of a step back from school and kind of focus on my business more because I see my clothing brand was already doing good. I was seeing the results I was getting from it, and I'm like, yo, this clothing brand can get me 10 times farther than school can take me. I was still putting in effort and doing my schoolwork, of course, like I was supposed to, passing on my classes, but I wasn't so concerned with the getting A's, the clubs, all that stuff. Any free or spare time I had, I put straight into my clothing brand. So boom, after I hit like 70K a month, oh, by the way, I had a girlfriend at the time, but me and her ended up breaking up. And instead of like being sad and being down about it, I'm just like, yo, I'm finna pop my shit. So, December, when I was 16, January at 16, I bought my first whip. It was a Hyundai Elantra. I bought it for like 5K. Later on down the line, like August, right when my brand started popping back up and hitting 70K a month, me and my partner split ways. And then I was like, yo, I'm gonna start making personal content. I'm gonna pop my shit. So literally that night, I remember going to that night like, yo, I want a new car. Woke up that morning, seen a listing for a Corvette. Me and my dad drove down to the dealership, and I walked out the lot and I bought the Corvette. It was crazy. Like, imagine going to sleep and waking up the next day at 17. You're like, I want to buy a Corvette, so you just did it. Like, I feel like that's hella aura, bro. That's like hella steez. Like, that was mad cool. That was a crazy experience. All the money I make from my clothing brand, I just kind of kept and reinvested. I never bought any big purchase. So literally the only big purchases I really ever bought for real was my car, my first car, my Hyundai Elantra, and then the Vet. And then obviously I have little stuff too on the side, like my phone, stuff like that. But even those I use to run my business. Do your homework on business expenses and write-offs. I really started popping it. And then I'm just kind of trying to take now currently, I'm at that like 90K a month mark, 99K a month, between that range. I'm trying to hit multi-6-figure months next. Just trying to take my brand more to the moon while I'm trying to do more community work and actually like, because before any content I made was kind of like just directly on the pieces. And now I'm trying to switch to more lifestyle, faith-based content. And that way I'm actually pushing out a message. Not like the clothes already push out the message, yes, of course, but I'm trying to show people the kind of the lifestyle they should build around it. Like, me, I kind of got complacent with just my clothing brand. Letting my clothing brand and the clothes I wear be the thing that talks about Christ and spreads that word for me and my faith. But no, I feel like the buying the clothes part should only be a stepping stone for you to actually be able to push on God's word, other stuff. So I'm kind of changing up my content a little bit. I'm showing lifestyle stuff. I'm posting sermons and verses, actually like trying to get my community to partake in actually living that Christly life. And right now, I'm kind of learning the most important part about a business is not having to run it on your own. In order for me to have more free time to scale my business, I am graduating early. I'm graduating in December, and in December, I'm getting my own place. That way, I kind of have just more time to myself and more alone time. That way, I can work on my business more and scale it in the way I want to. The biggest part about a business is to not have to run the business. Like, the business should always be running for you. That's the whole point of starting it. That way, you have more free time. You can work your own schedule, etc., etc. So, right now, I did just switch over to a 3PL fulfillment center. They're gonna be the ones to ship out my clothes for me. I got an ad agency running my ads. I have a VA that handles all my customer service, a website developer. I have all that stuff. So right now, the only thing that's stuck on me right now is making the content part. And I am currently trying to get a marketing team. That way I have everything going for me. But that's kind of where my brain is sitting at right now. I am gonna start making more videos though, to like showcase my journey on me hitting those multi-six-figure months. Hopefully, I'm gonna hit my first six-figure month this month. With Black Friday and stuff coming up, I already hit 99K. Like, what else is there? Like, with Black Friday coming up, I'm definitely hitting that milestone. Hopefully, I hit 10K orders too, so I can get my little Shopify plat. I think that would be mad cool. And then I'll probably make a more in-depth video going on each actual aspect. It'll be like super long, so you're gonna have to sit down and chill. I'm gonna talk about the improvements in my marketing, the website, the influencer outreach, my social media management, the customer service, the filling, the shipping out orders, all that. I'll go more into depth about that. And like I said, I am starting up 2 more clothing brands. So those 2 clothing brands, I'll be kind of starting up side by side, y'all. So that way y'all can see what I'm doing to take those 2 clothing brands to the moon. And then y'all can kind of like copy that and align what I'm doing with your own personal clothing brand. That way you can scale and elevate your clothing brands the way I did. But lastly, you should know, if you are interested in starting a clothing brand and you kind of do want to enter that space and change your life, a few things you should know: hard work, consistency, and God. Those 3 things will be your best friend in any business, any online money-making space, whether it's e-com, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, real estate, day trading, whatever it is, bro. Those 3 things: hard work, consistency, and God. With consistency, you're always going to hit that goal. If it takes 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, it don't matter how little work you put. As long as you're consistent with that work, you'll eventually hit your goals. Now, the hard work is what makes your consistency go by quicker. Let's say somebody puts in 10 minutes a day into starting the business, and they do that for 30 years, and after 30 years, they hit their first 10K month. Smooth. They hit their goal, they were consistent, but it took them a long time. Putting in that hard work is gonna make it go 100 times faster. You put in that hard work, you line it with consistency, and now you're going to be popping your shit no time soon. And then God is what allows it all to happen in the first place. You have to make sure what you're doing aligns with His will and His purpose. If it's not good morally and it's not good faithfully, it'll all eventually come crashing down. And then when you mix God, when you put God, when you build your hard work, your consistency around the Lord, not only will you achieve those things, but God's going to push you and allow blessings and other things to come your way in ways you wouldn't ever expect. Like when I reached out to those influencers, who knew that 5 out of the 5 influencers I reached out to would hit over 1 million views on TikTok? Like, that just doesn't happen. Like, what are the odds for that? God, bro. God is the one who's going to bless you and bring those things your way and allow you to elevate yourself in a way you never thought you could before. And the Bible does say faith at the hard works of death. So you can have faith in God. You can want to do things that align with Him and His will. But you got to make sure you put those other two, the hard work and the consistency, into the mix. Oh, research too. Research will be your best friend. Learn from other people's mistakes so you learn how not to make those mistakes. That way, when you start, you kind of skip all the struggle process and you just straight go to the moon, you feel me? And yeah, that's about it. I did low-key crash the vet. It's getting fixed right now. I get it back in a week. So when I get the car back in a week, I got y'all with some car content, you know. But anyways, that's all I have for today. That's kind of like the little steps I took from starting my clothing brand to getting where it is now. My entrepreneurship background, my family supporting me, all that stuff. But with that being said, love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.